Hi there guys, welcome back. My name is Dave and I'm a dancer with company Chameleon, Manchester's flagship contemporary dance company. If you don't already follow us, please do so. You'll see the details at the bottom of the screen there. You've got the website, our Facebook, Instagram or Twitter. We are currently putting out a whole host of online resources that everyone at home can get engaged with in one way, shape or form. So if you go to the website, you'll see all the details about the entire plan that we're putting out. And if you follow us on any of the individual socials, then you'll see little bits of stuff happening as it happens. Last week, Digital Pro class was led by Juliana. This week you've got me. As usual, the class was made up in my very own living room, so hopefully there won't be anything that you can't get involved with at home. Only difference this week, class is going to run for a little bit longer. We'll start in the same way as usual. We'll start slow, get connected, get through a bit of conditioning. And then this week I've got 3 phrases for you. First 2 are perhaps a little bit more functional, still with a little bit of juice in there. There'll be some stuff for you to investigate for yourselves. But then the third phrase is a bit chunkier this week. There's a lot of detail and a lot of dynamic quality to find. So I've taken a little bit longer in delivering that last phrase for you. So just keep this in mind. If there's somewhere you need to be or you've got something you need to do today, just beware you might need a little bit longer than usual. I think that's everything, so let's get going. Okay guys, just to get started, we're going to roll through a real simple exercise. I'll teach you a few counts. We'll go through it a couple times just to say hello to our bodies. So if you want to move, I'm going to go to the side of my space just so you can see me side on. You can either choose side or back of your space, whichever works for you. First off, we're going to take 8 counts just to go from a nice easy parallel to sink down, to curve over, getting a nice stretch in the Achilles. If you want here, if you've got time in the 8, you can just rock forwards, get a little stretch into the creases of your toes, or you can hang back here, just get a stretch on the Achilles. Choice is yours. So we've gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to walk out 1, 2, 3, 4, and do 2 circles, starting going around to the right on 5, 6, 7, 8. So we go 5, 6, 7, 8. Lovely. From there we drop down into Cobra. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go back. 6, 7, 8. We're going to spend 8 counts in downward dog. Do as you wish here. You can hold the static stretch or you can pad through your feet. Do as you wish. After 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, down, 5, 6, back, 7, 8. So you've got a whole count of 8 to roll through a nice ripple, starting from your heels, drop into another Cobra. We're going to lower the nose to the ground, keep your body hovered if you can, to push back into a downward dog. That's over a whole count of 8. So we're back in downward dog, 5, 6, 7, 8. From here we're going to walk in, 1, 2, 3, 4, look, 5, 6, back, 7, 8. So you've got two counts at the end there to send the right leg first of all back. In this nice little lunge, we've got a right angle in the front leg, heel outstretched towards the back. I'm going to spend another 8 counts here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. From there, I'm going to push into my right hand and send my left leg, whichever one is in front, long around to meet the other foot in the back to control the placing of my other hand down. I've lost the counts, let's go back. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, circle 5, 6, and 7, 8, and drop. 2, 3, 4, and back. 6, 7, 8, hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, triple. 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, back. 7, 8, walk in. 2, 3, 4, look. 5, 6, and stretch back. Heel and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, to go. 2, 3, 4, walk back. 6, up, 7, 8. That's it, nice and simple. I'll walk through it once more, just for counts. Realistically, not a massive issue if you can't follow the counts. It's just a stretch. You can take this in your own time, or if you like to learn in this way, then you can try and pick up the counts. Choice is yours. I'll walk through on the left, then we'll go with some music. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Walking out. 2, 3, 4 to the left. 6, 7, 8 to cobra. 2, 3, 4 and back. 6, 7, 8. We hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. From the heels. 1, 2, 3, 4 and down. 6, back. 7, 8. Down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look up, back, and 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I push out this arm. I send the leg in front, nice and long. Try and find an ironing board position in your body and control the lowering of that arm. 2, walk back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice. We'll go through it just right and left, just to ease in a little bit, say hello, get things going. Take it in the pace that you need, you know, it's your session. Let's go.
Garden in winter, I see snow on the lab as I trace my reflection in the window. The memory of your face wakes me in the night, the glacial waltz of your manners, and I remember the time. I remember the time. Now birds are distant, romance in the margins, a blur swelling in the drift, like a blush nationalscape. Mythologize the aphid as company is kept.
So, moving swiftly on to our favourite part of class. If you want to grab a mat, now's the time to do so. We're going to go for 10 1-minute intervals with a 20-second rest in between each one. So this is similar to what Juliana did last week, but we're going to go for a bit longer. So, interval number 1, simple crunches. Number 2, just going to exchange the legs, like so. Number 3, we'll take our hands to a triangle shape, just underneath our bum. We'll raise the legs and twist the hips to face each side alternately at the top, like so. Number 4, we cycle, elbow to knee. Number 5, come to our hands, got some mountain climbers. Number 6 is a side plank. So here, we'll do it for a minute total, but 30 seconds on each side. So we come up to one side, 30 seconds, switch round, and then that's the minute. Number 7, we're going to come back to our backs, raise the legs, and just raise the upper body up to tap the feet. Number 8, we're going to hover the legs off and switch the feet. Last 2, we come back to a side plank, 30 seconds on each side again, only this time we add in some leg raises, making sure not to drop here. Last minute is just a plank. Don't worry if that was a bit quick, you'll see me going through it as well, and I can talk you through it as we go. But let's go. So this week you get a voiceover, so you don't have to listen to me struggling in the background. Just 1 minute, start off with crunches, keep it nice and easy. Here we go. There's your first minute. Be sure to breathe now, take a nice rest. Switching leg kicks, what you want to do is really be sure that you're engaging in your core so you can give your hip flexors as much of a break as possible. You want to try not to drive this from your hip flexors but from your center. Next minute, let's go. Okay, so oblique leg raises are next. What you want to do here is really make sure you're resisting the lowering of your legs and your pelvis. So once you've raised your legs and twisted your hips at the top of the motion, resist the pelvis lowering down to the ground and then resist the legs lowering down as well. swing is up next. Here you will see me start to struggle. It's totally fine if you have to pause within these minutes. Try and push through the whole minute if you can, but if you need to take a break, that's okay. Pick up as soon as you can. Let's do it. Nice guys, you're doing really well. Mountain climbers up next. Keep in mind here, you don't want to let your hips fly upward towards the ceiling as you're doing this. You want to try and maintain that plank position. Even though it's a fast-paced motion, try and keep the control. Don't let your hips fly about. That is the halfway mark. Well done, you're halfway there. 5 individual minutes of action left, that is it. Claim your breath back in the side plank, fill your body with oxygen, it really helps. Keep your hips up, don't let them dip. Getting ready to switch sides at the 30-second mark. Fantastic guys, moving on. With these toe touches, what you don't want to do is throw your arms up and generate momentum to try and tap your toes. All of this motion you want to drive from your core and your center. Try not to throw your head and your shoulders up to reach.
Banana.
there, guys. Well done. Keep going. With this next one, try not to let your lower back arch up off the floor. With your legs extended off the floor so far away from your center, it can be very easy to let this happen. Engage your abs, drive your lower back into the floor. Try and eliminate that empty space. Really struggled with that one. Hopefully you're doing better. 30 seconds on each side for this next one. We're almost there. This is the last two. Now that we're introducing these leg raises in the side plank, be extra careful not to drop your hips, because it will start to happen. And switching sides, 30 seconds. This is it, guys. Last 20 seconds rest and last minute. That's all you've got to do. Keep breathing, fill up your body, make it as easy as you can for yourself. Last minute. Yes, guys, that's it. Well done. 10 minutes done, out of the way. Let your weight drop down. Place your hands on the floor just under your head. Take a rest, and you can rock your hips from side to side. Let everything go. Let it all relax. Letting go of all that tension and stress. Changing your head over to the other side. You can play with the shape and size of these rocks, the frequency. Fantastic. Bringing your arms just in front of you, pulling up into a little cobra. Extending out of the back, trying not to crunch down here. Lowering down, pull your hands in just a couple inches, and we'll push up one more time.
keeping space between your ears and your shoulders. Again, lowering back down, hands directly under your shoulders, and we'll push up into a full cobra. Careful not to drop in the shoulders, keep the space there, and we'll rock the hips back, and we are done.
Brilliant. Okay, let's keep going. Push-ups. This will be exactly the same as it was in the first Digital Pro class, so if you took that class with us, then you'll know what's coming. 3 sets of 10. First set, hands directly under the shoulders, keeping the elbows in. We do 10 there, nice and slow and controlled. Bring the hands to a triangle shape. 10 in this place, again trying to draw the elbows in towards the sides of the body, not letting them flail out. Third set of 10, hands go wide, fingertips pointing the same way as your head, nice and controlled, down in the middle. We'll take a short pause in between each set of 10. Then, once that's done, once the first 30 are out of the way, we're going to go back to each place and do another 5. Aiming, if we can, to roll entirely through that last 15 without stopping. That's the tricky bit. If you have to stop, then do so. I tend to have to pause a little bit in the last 15, you know, it happens. But aim to go 5, 5, 5. Let's do it.
So rolling the wrists a little bit, prepare them to take some weight. We'll rock forwards, hands directly under shoulders, nice long line from the top of your head back to the heels. Engage the core and use your breath. Here we go. Just like that, first set down. Nice work. If it makes you feel any better, I actually had to do this whole series twice. I did it the first time and then realised that the camera wasn't recording. You just have to do it once. Second set, off we go. Second set down, well done, good stuff. With these wide ones, guys, keep in mind that you don't want to let your elbows lock each time you push up. Here we go, third set. There's your third set, well done. One more to go. Get ready, try as best you can to cycle through all 15 without stopping. It's a challenge, but you can do it. Fantastic. There you go. That's it. That is done. Come back onto your heels. We'll just take a little moment to gather ourselves again. Get your hands in. Start up around your neck and your shoulder. Making your way down each arm. Front and back. Give yourself a nice squeeze. Swing the arm. If your arms are tired, swinging it up to the other shoulder there can be quite useful. Being nice and kind to ourselves. Don't forget the hands. Get into all those little niggly bits of soft tissue. Fantastic.
Okay, last thing. This is it, just one more, and then we're done. Then we can say bye-bye, conditioning. So, for a minute, just simple exchanging of lunges. Whichever foot is forward, that's the hand that you lightly tap the floor with. Just for a minute, we're going to exchange the legs, making sure to resist the lowering so we're not really dropping into the floor. The feet land and we control the lower. Just for a minute. 1 minute. That's it. Let's go. Okay, we're going to move on. Phrase 1 of 3. As we're learning this, the thing I want you to focus on the most is just finding a flow from beginning to end. Simple as that. I'll talk more later on once we've picked it up about the kind of things I want you to focus on, but as we're learning, just think, how can I make each moment connect and flow? Simple as that. So we're going to move right to the back of your space. Starting on your right foot, you're going to step out on the diagonal and your right shoulder is going to peel back and cause a nice little twist in your spine. As it does, the right arm is going to extend out to the back and then loop around with a nice kind of, how can I describe the energy? You're not whacking it around as fast as you can, and it's not kind of slowly drifting around. It's firm but soft. Yeah, nice. Just that. We step out, the arm extends to drift around. Once it reaches in this way, I'm going to feed my left arm through the gap and step forwards. As I do, it pulls both my arms behind my head. I'm going to let the arms sink down, and as they do, I'm going to find the floor. It's my right shin that's leading into the floor first. Just that much. So we step, the arm comes back to through to down. Nice. Cool. As we're here, the left leg is going to stay long. It's going to swing in front. As it does, I'm just going to let my back roll a little further round onto the floor before the left leg bends to jab, and that'll bring my body up. So we've come down into the floor, it swings, it jabs, and I'm going to bring my body up and forwards. Let's carry on a little bit. From here, I'm going to spin on my right knee just to release my right foot out to the back. That's all. Once that's there, I'm going to pull back in the hips. This all starts here. Nice. To really find an oozy lower here over on the leg. Let's carry on a little bit further, then we'll go back. My right hand, which is in contact with the floor, is going to move forwards first of all. That's going to start to pull us out of this place. And then once we're a bit more on top of our weight, it's going to curve. It's going to go forwards and then curve off to the right in its journey. As it does that, it's going to open up our chests. So we're really thinking to pull the chest apart here with this kind of intention. Goes forwards and opens. We're going to feed the right foot through the gap to step right. The hand goes down, step left to keep turning. The right shin goes down. We'll just look at that little moment again and then we'll go back to the top. So we've sunk down over the leg. The hand goes forwards. It curves to open the chest. I step on my right. My left hand goes down. I step on my left. I keep turning and I put my right shin into the floor. If you think like a Zulu, but the feet are grounded and two straight legs. So you're just passing through a nice little pike in a kind of motion. Back to the top. So, stepping out on the right, the arm swings back. I step through on the left. The arms come behind and I find the floor. Let your back find the floor a bit more. Before coming up, spin on the knee to sink. The hand goes forwards. I step to find my shin down. Nice, let's carry on. From here, my right arm is coming round in this circular motion. I'm going to feed it down to the floor so that my right shoulder hits the floor. I'm going to plant my left hand down into the ground and just brace into the floor enough with my shoulder and my hand so that I can step my legs left, right, left, and they're stepping over this arm. You see? So my right shin's coming to the ground. I feed this arm. I plant the left hand and I step over that long arm to find my knees up. Let's carry on. So from here, my left knee is going to knock into my right and it's going to cause a nice sequential spiral up my back. So the knees go, the hips go, the body goes, the shoulder goes, the head goes, all so that we can just check this left hand out that's chilling. Just once more. Nice. Carrying on. The left hand completes that journey and that causes sequentially the right arm to come around. I find both hands into the floor and I'm just prepping my feet beneath me so that I can send my hips up. I'm grounding both hands down into the floor. I'm pushing through my shoulders and just sucking up in my hips so that I can find a nice, easy journey round. You don't want to push anything. You just want to feel like you're floating up out of the floor. Let's go from knees up. My left hits my right. I see the hand. It goes around, followed by the right to drift up. Lovely. From here, I sink back with my right leg going long, similar to earlier. And then again, similar to earlier, I'm going to push up through the shoulder so I'm really supported here. My left leg goes long to find a round. And I'm not going to go any further than this. I just want to find a little tabletop here. It's like just a little prep for bridge. That's all we're doing. We're not going into a full bridge yet. Just a small prep. We've lost this leg down to the back. The left one goes long. Just a little prep here. We let the arm drift out and it's going to come immediately under through this gap. Doom, doom. I turn to my back diagonal and I'm just going to step around this hand to finish left, right, left to pull back. That's it. Let's walk through it once more on that right side and then I'll just talk through it again on the left, just so brains are clear. We go, step. The arm comes, jab up, down the back. Find the floor, swing that leg. To sink. The hand goes forward and it curves to step right, left. See the front? Get that shin down, feed the arm. Left hand, step, step, step. Left knocks right. Left, then right. The hips drift. Root your feet. The right goes back. Push out of the floor. Little prep. And left, right, left. I almost lost my balance. But we're good. Hopefully that's okay. Just going to walk through the left once. And that's it. Then we'll go with music. Obviously, if you want to roll back, you can. So this side we step on the left. It's the left shoulder that goes. The left arm comes back round to step through on the right. Your hands drift behind the head. And it's the right leg that swings to jab back through. We spin on the left knee and the same here. The left hand goes down. It moves us forward, it curves, open the chest, step left, right, it's the right hand that goes in, and the left shin finds the floor. Left arm, right hand to step right, left, right. I'm under a sofa. Right knee knocks left to see the right arm, followed by the left. This time I find my right diagonal. It's the left foot that drifts back. Push out of the floor, my right leg goes long. Find a tabletop, right arm comes under to go right, left, right. Boom, there you go. So, we are going to go through this right and left twice. So we'll go right, left, right, left. The first time through, drop everything. Think of slow-moing the movement. We want to really just let everything bottom out. It's kind of almost as if we were marking the movement, but not marking it. So you want to find a real nice, juicy, slow, calm flow throughout it. Second time, so we've gone right, left, second time through, introduce a little bit more pace. See if you can find a bit more cyclical energy throughout it. It's about finding a soft momentum. The reason we do it calmer and slower first is to introduce that kind of intention and energy. What we don't want to do is then think, second time through, fast, let's go, 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 go. You just want to introduce a bit of pace, but still keeping hold of everything that you found the first time through, so we can find a soft, authentic momentum. So we're not driving, we're allowing things to be driven. Have a little play with it. Let's do it. What I'd like you to think about in this one is releasing in certain regions and body parts. That's all. I want you to try and find an authentic response to the movement that happens. So if you have an action, how then does a region of the body or a specific body part respond authentically to that? So if you have one action, it's the difference between this and this. Do you see? That's what I want you to focus on. So we're going to start in a nice deep, wide, parallel position. Really sink down, root yourself in the ground here, because we're going to start moving all of this around on top, and if you're not grounded, you are going to go flying. I have done so many times in the filming of this class. So we're going to start off, the sequence goes ribs, ribs, shoulders, shoulders, heads, heads. That's it. We're going to instigate a shift over to the right with our right ribs, then to the left, then the shoulders roll, so right, left, and then the head is going to dive down. It's going to kind of change up the shape of the motion that we've had so far. Down to the right and to the left. So already here, when we move, see what can release. When I move, I lose my head quite a bit. I quite enjoy it. I'd recommend trying that here. You can also find your own kind of responses as we go through. I can lose my head there and there. I turn my shoulder and my other shoulder. And now here, when you send your head, really let your arms go. Release them, because we're going to need it for the next bit. What you want to do is find a momentum in the arms so that they can begin to swing. So, ribs, ribs, shoulders, shoulders, head, head. On that third one, the right arm's going to carry on up. It's going to, similar to before, open our front up. It's going to rotate at the elbow, going to make a little circle, goes up to circle, and then as it opens back out again, we're just going to step behind on the left foot. Really try and take your focus up to the ceiling. 1, 2, shoulder, shoulder, head, head. The head goes to circle to find to that little moment. So we've stepped behind on the left. This right arm is going to swing back down and knock into my left. As it does, I catch myself in the floor on my hands, and I'm just going to let my left leg go long and loop back through to pull me up this way. Step behind on the left, it knocks to bring me up to face the back corner. I'm going to keep going in this direction. I'm going to bring myself up. I cut behind with the right, and I'm going to let this arm, makes a bit more sense in the sequence, pull me back this way. Get yourself grounded. So we've stepped behind on the left, we knock to come up, my right steps behind, and I really, again, I'm releasing my shoulders and just letting my hands and arms drift and hang. I step behind, and we're going to let, again, as I was saying, let these swing, just like that. They're going to go forward and back, letting go in the neck. Once we've done that, I'm going to bring my left foot to join my right, and I'm just going to cut my strings, drop down. Yep. One more time from stepping behind on the left. We knock, catch the weight, drift up, spin. 1, 2, join the feet. To come down. Take a little moment here, just so you know you've really let go. From here, my right elbow is going to pull this way, and my left arm is going to respond to it. Similar to what I was saying at the beginning, I'm not performing an action and then driving the response. I'm trying as best I can to let this arm be moved by my torso, which is being moved by my elbow. The elbow pulls, it pulls my torso, it pulls that arm around. So, elbow goes, that sends the left arm long. As it does, I'm just going to step left, right in the feet, like so. So my left arm's come up. I'm just going to push it immediately back with my right hand, and as I do, I'm going to sink into the ground. We've dropped. The elbow comes up. I'm going to push my left hand, my right finds the floor. I keep turning to face the camera, to come up to here. Cool, let's go back. All the way back. We're going to go ribs, ribs, circle the shoulder, dive with the head, dive with the head. One more time, the arm circles, knock. To find the left foot, drop, come back, collapse. The right elbow, push, spin, see the front, come up, nice. From here, all I'm going to do is send my weight back, so my head's drifting off towards the front, just enough to release my right foot into a nice big lunge. Yeah. So we come up, see the front, drift back, release the right, and don't fall off balance. Cool, let's carry on. From there, my left heel starts this, my right toes follow, and I'm going to let that transition up my spine so I find vertical. Yep. We've spun on the floor, let's go back to there. See the front, pass through, come up, release just enough to drift off, heel, toes, lovely, we're really close to the end. Hips are going to cut back with a quite nice little impulse, let them have a little knock there. The back responds, we're not rippling, we're just releasing it enough so that it can respond to what's happening. Here, I'm going to spin to the floor in the same way as I did before. This time we're going to stay facing the back. My left leg swings around so I can find and sit in a fourth. I'm going to feed my right arm into the floor, like so. From that, I'm going to look to the ceiling, and I'm just going to rock onto the back of my shoulders by sending my legs to the back. So let's go from that fourth. I've got my right leg in front and my left leg behind. I feed my right arm, so my right shoulder finds the floor. I look to the ceiling, and then I push with this arm into the floor so that I can step my left and then my right around the back. We're almost there, so let's finish it off. I keep rolling over to lose my back and my head in a little kneeling position, to then hop up to reset. There you go, that's it on the right. Let's look at that once more, and then we'll go on the left. So, ribs, ribs, circle the shoulders, lose the head, and two, and third one, the arm circles, step, knock, to find the left, join the feet, elbow, find the floor, see the front, come up, drift back, release the right foot, heel, toes, come up, hips, find the back, feed that arm, come around, rock back. To find the front. Brilliant, okay, that's that. Let's just quickly walk through the left and then we'll try it with music. Right, left. Nice and wide, nice and deep, sink down. Everything's the same, just on the left. We go left, right, shoulder to the left, shoulder to the right, dive, and dive, and dive. So this time it's the left arm that circles. See the ceiling as you do step behind on the right. Knock the right to send the right leg long. Step up, cut behind with the left to drift down on the right foot. The right foot comes forward. The arms swing to come down, to push and join the feet. Brilliant. So from this point, it's the left elbow this time. Left elbow pulls, and that's what brings the right arm around. Feet go right, left. So that pulls to up. We push the right arm down. The left hand comes to the floor. We find the front. We pass through to come up, rock back, release the left to come here. Right heel, left toes. Lovely. We're so close. Hips go. Lovely. From here, left hand into the floor. Right leg goes back into a fourth. We'll look at this moment just again, just in case anyone needs it. I'm facing the back. Left is in front. Right's to my side. I feed my left arm and my left shoulder touches the ground. I look to the ceiling and I brace down into the floor with this left arm and bring my right leg that's free on top up this way towards the back. My chin is tucked into my chest. I pass through this place, roll off my right shoulder, I rock back to reset. Wicked. Cool, there we go. We'll do that right, left. See how you get on with it. Last phrase, here we go, let's get right into it. First of all, move to the back of your space. Both elbows, nice and sharp, are going to pull behind you into your back space. After that, they're going to draw together nice and softly towards your right hand diagonal. As that happens, I'm just using the heel of my right foot, lifting my heel up to shift my weight over to the left, and I'm hollowing out in my chest and my body as my elbows come forward. Yeah. So let's just look at that. 1, 2. Yeah, nice and soft on that bit. Lovely. From there, your right arm, nice and extended, is just going to swing over the top. As it does, I'm going to bring the back of my left hand, connect it around the back of my neck, so like a little hook, and I'm going to use that left hand to pull my body down to meet my legs in this lunge. So my elbows have gone back, they've drawn towards the front, we found a nice kind of crooked, awkward position. We find a nice bit of breath and extension here, before dropping down left, right, getting as low as we can. So this right arm, as it's coming over, I'll show you this way so you can see, it finishes its swing by matching up with the line of the thigh there. So I'm connecting my elbow to the outside edge of my left knee and finishing off that journey by meeting my right hand to my left hip. Yep. So just that much. We go nice and sharp with the elbows to soft. Find an extension. Lovely. Okay, from here, I'm going to use the pull of this elbow that's matching my leg to draw my left foot into my right. Nice and tight, nice and compact. After that, small articulation. Just going to reach my hand down, so I'm straightening my right arm to find my left ankle. Moving on from here, I pull the elbow up, it's got a nice bit of punch to it, and I'm going to drift this hand down. Once it finds the floor, get another one of these knocks. Yeah? So we've come over the top. I pull in, articulation, pull up to drift down, 1, 2. So then on the way up, you've got a second punch down with that right shoulder. Let's go back. Elbows go. Right arm, nice and long. Pull in, articulate, drift down, 1, 2. Nice, cool. Hopefully that's good. Let's carry on. So we've got the second knock as we're coming up. From here, I'm going to release this left arm down so we can forget about that connection. And I'm going to drift my right elbow, shoulder, backwards into a nice big circle. As that happens, I'm going to step forwards, right, left, and then my right arm is going to swing forward in a similar motion to before. Once we get down here, we're letting the body hang over. We're going to find this connection, wrist to wrist. The right wrist is going to pick up the left. You're going to find your right hand on your head to then step across left, right. At which point I'm drawing my head down to meet elbow to knee in a real, like a curved, kind of grotesque position. We'll just look at that bit again. So we've pulled in, we've extended our arm, we've pulled up to drift down, knock 1, knock 2. The shoulder swings back, the arm comes forward, it picks up the left, the right hand finds the back of the head, I step left, right to pull the head down. Hopefully that's clear. It's a bit of a tricky thing to show on camera. Let's roll back once from the top, then we'll carry on. So elbows start. To me. Extended. Pull in. Drift down. Knock 1, 2. Shoulder. Arm. Find the head. Pull down. Lovely. One thing to think about before we move on is in this part where the shoulder rolls. Think of just being really dizzy, you know? It's got a kind of off balance weight to it. Have a little play with that, see what you can find. Letting go of this arm as it comes down helps, because it will really draw your body down. So moving on, where did we get to? We've come down here, we've collected the left hand, we've let the left hand drop, and we've found the elbow to the knee. Lovely. From here, I'm just going to extend my right leg forwards. If it can go higher than 90, great. I'm going to stick at 90. And as it extends, I'm just letting this arm open up. So I've got my palm facing upward on top of the leg. From here, I draw the foot in. I'm changing my hand here so I can push the knee back to come down, there we go, into a super deep lunge, really dropping everything down. You want to be as extended as possible out the back and as strong as possible in the front. So, we've collected that hand, we've curved over the leg, we're going to extend, we draw the knee in to push it back, and see if you can find this sequential journey here. So the leg goes, sends my hips, and it lets my body fall forwards, yeah? Let's carry on a little bit. So, we've come down to here. Lovely. From here, the shoulders are both going to pick up at once. That lifts us up, and then the reverse of that, they're going to pull us down. You want to try and find a little bit of a delay in your spine, so the shoulders go, and my head is just following as best it can. Up, down. From there, once we've lowered again, the head's going to take over, and the journey, you want to think about carving upwards diagonally to the right, and it's going to pull us around. I'll show you. So from here, shoulders up, shoulders down, the head leads, and the right swings. So, shoulders up, shoulders down, the head leads us round, I step right, left, right, left, right, left. From here, you see how I'm still tilting, I've let that journey of the head carry on so that I can release here, find this swing, and similar to before, it's going to swing over the top, only this time there's a real impulse down. Once you've found that momentum up, drive it down to find this same parallel sideways lunge thing again. As that comes down, you find your left arm extended to the ceiling. I'll go on a little bit further. From here, small articulation, the hand clenches into a fist, then you have 2 drops of the left arm coming down. 1, 2. Nice. Hum, hum, hum. Yep, we'll look at that. So we've come up, shoulders, shoulders, head. It swings, it pulls us down. Clench the fist. 1, 2, drop. Drop on the inside of the leg. Gather in the right leg. Just one more time from here. Clench the fist. 2 drops down, being nice and solid. The body bounces once with the arm on the outside of the left leg. It comes in again with the arm switching inside to find the right foot in a nice squat. Yeah? One more bit, then I'll go back. From here, I plant the right hand into the floor, and I want to think about this left hand leading us into a bridge. Okay, so it's coming from this left hand. And we're going to pass through. We'll go back. So, elbows to draw in. The arm swings, pull it in, drift down. 1, 2. Feel a little dizzy. Extend that leg forward, push the knee back, shoulders up, shoulders down, find the head to lead you, and swing the arm, pull it down. Fist, 1, 2, bounce, bounce, in, hand, softly through a nice little bridge. From here, I'm going to talk to you upside down for a minute. You'll see that my feet have remained where they were. So coming from this place, my right hand goes down, I extend up with the left, my feet stay rooted so that when I rotate on this left hand, my feet can rotate as well and stay in the same place. Because once we've twisted to here, I'm going to lower onto my head. I've got my right forearm in the floor, and nice and controlled, we're going to drift up into a headstand. I'm going to carry on because it's quite tricky to explain this part. I'm going to twist my hips to the left, and I'm going to pike to lower my legs. Right, so what was that? We're here. My right hand plants and my left moves up to find a bridge. From here, I'm going to think about bringing my right side over, and as I do, my left hand pivots on the floor underneath me. So I've got that left hand down, I spin on this left hand, my legs are spinning, I take my right forearm into the floor, and that's when I drop the very crown of my head. Not your forehead, not the front of your head, not the back of your head, right down the centre of your crown. Strongest, most stable part of your head. If you have a skull shape like me, it might be a bit painful, but you get used to it, or not. So, my left hand is planted, my right forearm is down, the very crown of my head is in the floor. I'm going to push from the feet to pass up through a nice wide position. I twist, I pike, lovely, to find the legs down. Let's carry on. As soon as the feet touch down, I take the right heel forward, extend the leg, get this left hand down. Sorry, this forearm will still be on the floor. We've come from up, woo, to come down, to bring that leg through. From there, I extend in the elbow, and I push up here, and then switch the legs. That's all, just to get us back on our feet. We'll go on a little bit further from here. The body circles round, and that will lead us into a turn. So we've come from headstand, the feet have come down, I bring the right leg through. 1 is the arm straightening, 2 is pushing down in the feet and the hand to get yourself off the floor, 3 is just supporting yourself on that right hand to get your feet planted. From there, the body swings to the right, and as it comes round towards the front again, what you want to think about is finding a little bit of momentum in the arms so that we can turn. I'm going to hold on to the sofa to demonstrate this, in this place. Hopefully that's horizontal. Let me show you what I mean. We've switched the feet, we come around, and we turn. Not gonna lie, this bit is tricky. I fall over all the time. We've come from headstand, up, switch the feet, body goes to the right, we turn. Right, ideally, this is where the tricky bit comes in. You want to stop here. You want to ground down in that left foot so that you can stop the turn here to then go whoop, whoop. Yeah, that's what we're aiming for. It's quite tricky. You might find that you don't have quite enough space to outstretch and turn that way. If you do, it's fine. All you can do is draw that leg in, bring the knee into the chest, compact it ever so slightly. It's a handy alternative if this is proving a bit tricky, which it very well might be. Let's roll back one more time, then we'll carry on. So, there we go. I'll stretch, pull it in, drift, 1, 2, extend the leg, draw the knee back, shoulders, lead with the head to pull yourself down. 1, 2, softly into a bridge. Spin on the left, get that right forearm down, push up in the feet, and draw them down to the floor to extend the right, up, switch, turn the body round, turn. Wow. Ooh. Nice. Stopping that turn that'll get you every time. It is possible, just takes a lot of practice. Let's carry on. So, we've gone up, down, up to here. So, grounded in the left, got my right heel up, as per usual, and my shoulders are up by my ears. Yeah? We've gone to up. That's nice and springy. As soon as you hit down into the ground, we're back up. Almost like you're holding your breath, which I feel like I am right now. Next up, shoulders come down. That makes the left heel drop down to the floor, and I turn my right leg out. Shoulders, turn the leg. You see I've turned my hands as well, my palms are now up. I'm going to draw my arms in just to kind of collect under my belly. As I do that, the foot is just going to turn in. We've come up, shoulders drop, heel goes down, and we collect everything. This comes in like so. Yeah, let's carry on. From here, nice and tight, nice and clean. I take both hands to the back of my head and one little look up. That's a 1, 2. Yeah? We've come. Bring it in. 1, 2. Nice. Cool. Let's just keep going. The hands melt down. Find a movement in your spine here. You don't need to copy me. All you want is something here. Some little juicy motion. Or maybe it's not juicy. Any kind of motion in your spine that you feel like you want to put there. Up, shoulders, heel, in. I bring my left foot forwards. Now here you really want to get ready to hold your balance. My left foot has come forward. I'm going to drift my right leg and my right arm up. Hopefully I should be completely parallel with the floor. From here, what you want to think about is rotating your whole body from the very fingertips to the very tips of your toes as one unit. So I've got my left foot rooted down, I'm outstretched on top. All I want to do now is rotate my whole body in one unit on top. And by doing so, I'm going to find the floor on the other side. To here, to here, to here. 1, 2. I find my left foot in the ground, I outstretch, and I rotate over, and I'm catching myself on my hands before I let my body drop down, yeah? Just one more time. 1, 2. Left foot into the ground, nice and strong, outstretch. One unit, see the ceiling? The scaling, whatever that is. Catch your weight here, because immediately we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Starting on the right. Let's go back to coming out of headstand. So we've gone round in the bridge, we've rotated, we've come up into a headstand, and we're drifting the legs down to the left side. The right goes long. Up 1, up 2, switch 3, send the body to spin, ground it down. 1, shoulders, heel, gather. 1, 2, left foot goes down, rotate. Right, left, right, left, right. That's what comes next. So we've gone right, left, right in the upper body. From there, the legs, my left shin comes to the floor, my right foot goes down into the floor, traveling as much as you can in your space, using your upper body to just drift off to the side. So we've gone right, left, right. I push in my body to go left, right with the legs. Let's carry on. I'm going to ground myself in my left hand. I'm going to send my right leg forward and back into a bend. As I do that, I'm pushing off my left foot underneath to come up. Yeah? So we've gone right, left, right, left, right. I'm using this left hand. My right foot goes forward to step back, right, left. Yeah? So once that left hand is down, the leg goes forward, it bends up, and it's that backward motion that's going to give you the momentum you need to get up. So it's really tricky, near impossible. Well, no, it's not impossible anyway. Someone could do it. you're going to push out of this bottom foot entirely. You want to give yourself as much momentum upward as you can in that moment. Nice. Yeah? Let's carry on. Right, left, behind. I turn my right knee down to the ground. Dead weight. Everything drops down. Spend a little moment here. It's quite nice. From there, right hand leads across my body. Don't know if you can see this, I'm moving forward. I found the floor. Right arm, nice and snappy, is what leads us over. Fingertips lead. Shoulder, nice and sequential, just really snappy. From there, we're going to kind of daze ourselves a little bit. So we've rolled over, that right hand is led. Using both hands, we drift up to a nice grounded place here. Elbows similar to the beginning. Pull us back. Let this take you into a bit of a stumble. It's free here. Lose yourself, test your balance, just as long as we meet up in this place. Yep? We're so almost there, I'm just going to finish it and then we can go back. We've come up, elbows, stumble, test your weight and catch yourself. From here, my right arm is up, everything sinks. I'm going to feed my right arm underneath myself to get my right shoulder down so I can roll forwards. So, I drop, I start feeding that right arm. Obviously it's very tricky to get your shoulder to the floor unless you're hyper flexible in this place. So at some point, you are going to have to start pushing forwards. So here, I start rolling to roll through. And I'm letting my legs be what propel my body up. They're straight, they're weighted, like a seesaw. We're stumbling, and we catch ourselves. Everything sinks down. Nice. From there, I let my body drop back. I just knocked my head on the floor. Don't knock your head on the floor, but that's the kind of release we're looking for. I've rolled forward, I drop my body back. As that happens, my left knee raises to the ceiling. I'm going to rock over onto my right side, just enough so that I can feed my right leg through this gap. Move back just so you can definitely see that. I've rolled forward, I've rocked back, I move to my right side just to let my right leg through, to then keep stepping up. My left foot goes into the floor. My right hand leads round, so I can turn. Turning on my left, my right arm being what drives it. We've rolled forwards. Left knee to the ceiling, right leg comes through, step on the left. Just like so. From there, we're at the end. Let's finish it. The left leg swings, but as it does, I'm just going to pivot on my right knee to find this corner. Boom, that's the end. Right, let's go back to a chunk at the end. Should we go from coming out of headstand and then we'll roll all the way back? Headstand, the legs have come to the side, extend. 1, 2, switch the legs, round, into a turn. Every time. Drop, shoulders, heel, in. Plant the left foot, extend on the right side. Parallel to the floor. Right, left, right. Swing the leg, right, left, into the floor. Nice and snappy here, ready? Up. Stumble. Catch your weight, save it. Sink down to the floor. Your right leg goes through, step, spin. Whee, lovely, okay. Let's go through all of that right from the top, and then we're just gonna do it. Just gonna do it with music. So, from the beginning. Head leads. Right forearm down. Push up with those feet. Twist the hips. And lower. Plant the left foot. Right side goes on. All is one. Right, left, right, left, right. Swing it. Twist on the right. Left knee, right foot. Spin on the left. Whee! There you go. That's a hefty one, guys. Sorry, I've just realised you get a lot of me going throughout teaching this, but there you go. That's what you've got. Let's go with music. And there we go, guys, that's it. Thank you very much indeed for joining me. It's a real pleasure to be able to share my practice and my material with you like this. If you have time, please take a little stretch and a cool down. If you would like to, what you can do is roll back to the beginning of the video and just cycle through the warm-up that we did today. Just take a bit more time. You don't have to follow any counts, you don't have to do it to music. Just pass through that material, let your body kind of do its thing. Massive thank you to Faisal Mostrix, Ben Chatwin and Arbol for letting us use your music in today's class. It's lovely stuff, and it's just really great for us to make stuff to these beautiful sounds, so thank you guys. Next week, Juliana will be back with myself. We're going to share the class again next week, so you get a little bit of both of us. Lastly, please do go and check us out on social media. We'll put the details at the bottom of the screen for you there again. You've got the website where you can find all the details on our new online program that we're putting out for you now. And then also if you go and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, you'll see notifications about all the little things that we put out as they happen. So thank you very much for joining me again. Stay safe, look after yourselves, and hopefully see you next week. Bye.